Christopher Nolan is like Rajma Chawal for all the film goers around the world. Almost everyone loves him. And why would they not? With films like Inception, Dark Knight, Interstellar under your belt, I mean, you have to be great, and he is. And all of this made Dunkirk very, very hotly anticipated. I mean, Christopher Nolan, the guy behind Dark Knight, directing a World War II epic, what's not to get excited about? So what is Dunkirk about? The film is set in 1940s. It is the starting of World War II. The Germans have chased the British towards the edge of this beach called Dunkirk, or I think the city or the place is called Dunkirk, and now the British forces, 4 lakhs to be approx, are trapped on the beach of Dunkirk. On one side they have this vast ocean, and on other they have the goons of Hitler's chasing them away, and they'll be there any day, and they have no one to take them away from there. They don't have any big ships that can just take away the soldiers away, which makes up for a great premise, and also the thing that not many people know about this. We know about the D-Day landings that the Americans had, or the Pearl Harbor incident, but we didn't know about Dunkirk. Now when the film started, one thing that instantly hits you is there is no exposition, no dialogues, nothing. You are straight away dropped into the middle of the action, and I mean literally dropped into the middle of the action. You are in there with the soldiers, and it is thrilling as hell. The camera work that he carries in the film makes you stand in their shoes. You are literally there with them. When they're running, you feel like you're running with them. When you hear a bullet that passes through the ear of a soldier, it almost feels like that bullet passed you. And I think this is the one biggest positive I can say for Dunkirk. You feel like you are there. The film basically takes place into 3 places, which is the sky, the water, and the land. The Navy, the Air Force, and the land forces trapped on the beach. So you get all the 3 perspectives of the war. And when you are in the cockpit, in the plane with the character of Tom Hardy, you are there. You feel it. I've never felt such realism with the plane dogfights that I felt in this film. And then there are the citizens that were actually trying to help the British to escape from the Dunkirk beach. The narrative of the film jumps from one place to another, and it can get confusing sometimes because we have the great cinematography, the rapid pace, the screenplay, but at the same time, sometimes the editing gets too much, it gets too jumbled up, and you actually can't make sense of some of the scenes. Like for example, in one scene you have the troops on the land, we are following these 3 young guys on the land, and in another scene you see them at night, and then you are confused. Is this taking place the same day, or is it taking place 2 days later or 2 days before? Same thing goes with the scenes also. So this being my biggest negative of the Dunkirk, and I don't know, I mean I want this negative to be resolved by the time I watch it second time, which I intend to in the next week, and if that thing clears up, then it is indeed the great war film then that the critiques and the audiences around the world that have already seen it are making it to be. The reviews are exceptional everywhere around the board. They are calling it a masterpiece, one of the greatest war films ever made. I felt why they are saying that, but also that editing thing and that confusion brought it down for me, and I'm waiting to catch it again so that maybe I can get a more clear picture of how the film worked in its entirety. In the performances, Nolan always extracts sincere performances from his actors, and the same is the case there. The standout is the Mark Rylance. He's basically rescuing the soldiers from the beach. He's just a normal, common citizen. and there is not much characterization given to them because the film is not about those people but about the situation that these people are into. It's about the war in the skies, the war on the ocean, and the war that is being fought on the land. Once you understand that, Dunkirk is a blast, but it's also very intense and actually can get too intense sometimes because he cuts between 3 to 4 intense scenes at the same time. And a special mention to Mr. Hans Zimmer's score. That guy is fucking good. He keeps that ticking clock music throughout the film, which actually makes it very, very exciting and thrilling, and you are on your toes the entire runtime. And the runtime also, it is one of the shortest Christopher Nolan's film. It is not more than 100 minutes long. So give it a watch and decide for yourself. PS, watch it on the biggest screen that you can. I personally watched it on the PVR IMAX that we have here in Delhi NCR because it is the biggest screen here, and the best and with the best sound system also, because those are the main things, the main offerings of Dunkirk for the audiences, the sensory experience that this film gives you. So overall, a thumbs up. The film is great. The confusion is there with the editing part, and hopefully it will not be there for you, or maybe it will clear up after multiple watches. Thank you.